value chains and how the value chain approach is important in agribusiness development. Today's expert is Dr. Kiplimo Araap Lagat. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Patricia, and thank you for this topic about the value chain development in agribusiness. As you have mentioned, I am Dr. Lagat, and I work as a county executive committee member in the county government of Burundi. Luckily, still a senior lecturer at my university, but on leave of absence. And I am also the chair of all the CCs for agriculture and Araap. And I'm also a farmer. I've been a consultant in agriculture, specifically on value chain development and food policy. At the national level, I've been a chair of the sector working group on inputs, programs, and projects in the country generally.
Oh, sure. That's a very deep portfolio, and I'm sure you have like a 360 view of what agribusiness is like in this country, both as a farmer, as a practitioner, as an expert, which is great. Value chain approach to agribusiness development. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, when you talk about value chain development, look at all the actions that takes place from farm to fork. We categorize the chain into three sections or nodes. We have the upstream, midstream, and downstream. So when you talk of upstream, you're talking at the farmer level, at the input level, at the production level. At the midstream, you're talking about the value addition, which includes processing, manufacturing, packaging, branding, and all that. Downstream, you're talking about now the distribution, the consumption, and all that. And we have different actors in each node of the value chain. And each one of them plays a particular role that at the end of the day will add into the success or the failure of the value chain. In economics, we say that individuals are selfish. But in value chain development, we look at it from the perspective of the bigger pie, which can be shared so that each actor feels like my pie has grown without necessarily eating into somebody else's pie.
Who are these actors in this value chain? Just for the sake of those who are trying
So when you talk about actors in the value chain, they are varied. And actually we can categorize them as those who are supplying the inputs, those who supply agrochemicals, fertilizer, planting materials, like seeds and seedlings and all that. The producers, like farmers, those who are doing value addition of different products, and those who are distributors, supermarkets, or even the consumers themselves at that level where there are variations. The behavior of the actors along the value chain is something that is very key while we're trying to address the value chain development. Like when we look at the actors generally, some are acting in complementarity while others are in competition. But also some are colluding. So there are some that have even created cartels so that they can take advantage of a situation in the market. We have heard of avocado cartel in South America where they collude and control that market so that they're the only ones who are the suppliers and can dictate prices. When the market is not favorable for them for some reason, they can actually create shortage in the market so that they can increase the prices.
Is it possible for farmers to actually act as a cartel?
Yes, it's possible because if they hold the produce instead of releasing to the market, then they are actually becoming like a cartel because they can control prices. But we see it in a positive sense because for us in Africa and generally in Kenya, our farmers are smallholders. And being smallholders, disadvantages are always more when they act as individuals as opposed to acting as a group.
In the light of farmers' plights, as we've seen in the recent past, markets are a problem, prices are a problem. Why would the value chain approach be beneficial to the farmers?
In agriculture, when you talk about value chain development, you're actually trying to look at how all the actors are coordinated, how all the functions integrate. You want to also look at the problems and provide a particular solution.
What are some of these problems?
Problems could be supply of poor planting materials, supply of adulterated fertilizer, lack of even supply of fertilizer in the first place, the farmers lacking knowledge or extension service, access to extension services, or access to planting materials, access to critical value addition services like processing, access to the markets. It could be like even government action or inaction. For example, government coming up with a policy that is detrimental to the coordination among the actors along the value chain. Poor road network, it could be even access to water, clean water, it could be access to infrastructure like electricity or even technologies. In potato, for example, challenges that farmers could be facing is because they don't have the supply of the right varieties that the market wants. So you could be producing Shangi, but the market wants a different variety. So what happens? You end up producing, but you're not able to get the market. Not because you do not want to, produce the right one, but because you do not access the right plant materials or the information. We want farmers to be able to grow with a market in mind before you.
The farmers need to understand this value chain concept very well, so
Yes.
that they're able to make informed decisions. What are some of the things that each and every particular group can do to be able to mitigate against this bottlenecks along the value chain?
There is no one-fit-all
Yeah,
solution.
just some examples for you.
Yeah, if for example you're looking at the farmers, one of the approaches we have been now advocating for is aggregating the farmers, or actually putting them together into a producer organization, so that they can actually begin to accept the challenges they are facing and also devise a solution or an option that is more convenient for them and affordable. Like, for example, set up a nursery or procure